Hello everyone, welcome back to So What If I Sew, or welcome if you're new. I'm Jess and this is my channel all about sewing, dressmaking and all things stitch related. Now today is a small departure from normal programming, however I think it's a video worth doing. As many of you I'm sure will know, sewing and sitting at a desk, and particularly in the current climate where a lot of us are also working from home, can be quite damaging, particularly because when you sew, sometimes you start sat upright and you end like this, looking at your sewing machine, and you know, especially if you, like me, sit for hours and hours at a time sewing, you can actually start to get a really stiff back by the time you finish sewing. Now, some of you will know that I, alongside being a sewist and an event manager in my day life, I'm also a trained yoga teacher. And when I was discussing this on my Instagram, a lot of you wanted a few simple stretches to do after a sewing session to leave you feeling a little bit more free and open in the back department. You can do them before or after you sew, and it will just generally help your posture over time. I've also found that since I've got a better desk that is higher up, I found that I'm needing to like stoop, as it were, less to look at my sewing machine. So it's also something to consider, the surface you're sewing on. However, I know that the vast majority of us don't have a sewing room. We don't have the luxury of a separate sewing space. So hopefully these 5 stretches will help you feel a little bit better in yourself, free up your back, correct your posture to leave you happy sewing and, you know, pain-free as you sew for as long as possible. These stretches are designed to be quick, easy and doable by anyone of any ability. Hopefully these stretches will help a lot. So let's get going. All the stretch kind of names will be in the corner of the screen, and please let me know in the comments below if you found this video useful, if you have any others to add to the list, or if you have any questions. If you're interested in doing yoga with me, I currently teach a free class on Zoom every Thursday on my yoga account, which is linked below. And I have a yoga YouTube, so there's plenty of yoga on there if you would like to explore that. But these stretches are not inherently yoga based, they really are just little stretches that get your body moving. So let's get going. Before we start stretching, one of the most important things you need to do is make sure that we're not sat, especially if you're short like me, if you're sat right back in your chair, that's okay as long as your feet touch the floor. So sit comfortably. We want to be sat right up on the sit bones with the feet planted on the floor. For me, that's actually quite difficult because I have to have chairs quite low for me to actually be able to sit my feet down. So if I turn sideways, my feet are planted on the floor. I'm not leaning back into the chair. I'm sat right up on my hips. And we're not sucking the core in, it's just a gentle brace, and we're growing, sitting nice and tall out of the hips, spine is long, collarbone is broad, shoulders are away from the ears, hands are relaxed on the lap, head is placed gently on top. And there we go. So we want to be in this position. So one of the best things you can do when you stop sewing is return to this position just briefly. Consciously scan up through the body so the feet are planted. We scan up, the hips are even, we're not sat back, we're not crossing the legs, and we're growing up. We roll the shoulders back, take a big deep breath here, and now we're ready to start. But if you only have 10 seconds before you have to run to get children or anything, just doing that will help. So first stretch we're going to do is just gently mobilise the head and neck. So we're going to gently turn as we exhale to the right. Inhale to the middle, exhale over to the left. Inhale to the middle, exhale over to the right. And we're not forcing it, we're not really trying to look, it's very gentle. To the middle, and over to the left again. You want to aim to do that each side 4 times. But we're going to skate through them today to make this video nice and quick for you to access. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Again, it's very gentle, just letting the weight of the head drop over. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to the middle. Exhale over. Inhale to the middle. And exhale over to the left. Again, we're trying to keep the face relaxed. We're not tensing, we're just letting the head weight transfer. Inhale to the middle, Gently look up at the ceiling. You don't have to snap your head all the way back unless that's comfortable for you. But if you've got a delicate neck, just raising the gaze works. And then exhale, chin to chest. And release. Lovely. So we're going to move that motion down a little bit now into the neck and upper back. So you're going to interlock your hands behind your neck. And we're not pulling on the neck, they're just resting. And the elbows are in front. We're not pulling them together and tensing up, but they're not out here either. They are comfortably in front. And we're going to gently draw a line with the tips of our elbows, or it should be a semicircle really. So we're drawing the little line with the elbows. And let the movement come from your elbows, your neck's just coming along for the ride, you're not really looking. And back to the middle. Roll the shoulders and we reset between each stretch. Now we're scanning down the body really. Now we're gonna work with the rib cage, the diaphragm, the thoracic and the lumbar spine, and even up into the cervical and down into the sacrum. So we're gonna inhale, take the arms around in front, interlock the hands, elbows out, and we're gonna create like a bowl shape. Let the back curve out, the chin comes to the chest. As we inhale, and then exhale, swim the arms out behind. If you're like me and your chair has a back, you're just going to swing your arms down. You can place them on your waist. If your chair doesn't have a back or has a back you can get round, we're going to take the arms behind and press the chest forwards. But if you're like me, you can place the hands on the waist and just gently, we're not pushing with the hands, we're pushing the chest forward and we're looking up at the ceiling as we exhale. Inhale, swim the arms round, chin to chest, spine creates a big C shape. Exhale, swim it round, and either taking the arms behind, you can clasp the hands if you have space, or again, placing the hands on the back of the hips. And return to neutral. Again, scanning through, scanning up, returning to that posture, dropping the shoulders. If you're unsure about whether you're dropping your shoulders, whether your shoulders are relaxed and creating some space, what you can do is shrug them right up and then drop them with like a bit of force. And it can really help to just show you if you're holding your shoulders here, which a lot of people do. Roll them back and drop. Create that space. Lovely. So we're going to our 4th out of 5th stretch. So it's nice and quick, and I would recommend 4 times for each. But obviously it's about what you have time for. You may want to linger longer in one, you may not have time and just need to do a quick rep of each to get you going. So we're going to do a little twist now. So we're going to take the right hand to the left knee, like this. Take the left hand just behind, onto the chair, and look over your left shoulder. Inhale back to the front, swap hands, left hand goes to right knee, right hand goes behind, and look over your shoulder. Again, we're not forcing it. And exhale, release. Lovely. The key is with this is we're being gentle. We're not forcing the body to do anything. It's just about really expanding with that range of motion. When we've been sat locked in one place for a while, it's just important to reaffirm basic movements the body is good at and knows how to do. So our final pose is we're going to lift the right foot, cross the right ankle over the left knee. So we're sat in what would be called, if we were standing up, figure 4 chair. But many of you will also know it as a way that gentlemen tend to sit, or men tend to sit like this. It's actually quite comfortable. Now, my hips, it's a good day today actually, because my hips are very tight, so it's a good day to do this video. On a relaxed day, my knee might be a lot more flat, but today it's not, and that's okay. So, we cross the ankle over and we just, first of all, step 1, or the only step, if this is where you're comfortable, is we just sit like this and allow the hip and the lower back to release. Lovely, we're just very gently, we're still facing forward, we're not twisting. Hands just on the leg, allowing that hip gently to open. If you would like a little bit more, you're then going to lean forward and drop the hands forward. So the body is resting on the leg, and the other option here, modification, is you can put a pillow here to lean forward on, so you still get the benefit of opening your back and hip, but if it's uncomfortable for you to lean all the way forward, then this is another option for you. So we're hanging out here, taking 3 big deep breaths, and release. Lovely, place the feet back down, scan up through the body, return to that lovely even posture, and lift your left leg when you're ready, cross the left ankle over the right knee, allow the knee to drop, and again we're sitting here for a moment, again leaning forward if we would like to. Oh my goodness, I need to on this side, goodness me. You'd think as like a trained yoga teacher I'd remember to stretch more, but I don't. It's really bad. Like, I remember to stretch in terms of like, I will have a stretch, but I forget to stretch after being sat down all day, things like that. The other thing that has been really helping me though throughout all the lockdowns and pandemic generally is going for a daily walk, because it just sort of gets the blood flowing. I try and walk quite fast, just to kind of, because it's quite cold as well. But I find it really helps. It like resets my eyes from looking at screens all day, and release. Lovely. And yeah, generally I just feel more positive, so that is also a good thing to do if you're struggling with back pain from being sat down all day. Try and go for a walk. So I know this isn't my normal content, and I hope you guys will forgive me for going out of my kind of standard wheelhouse of sew-alongs and sewing generally, but I do think this is really important, particularly as so many of us are transitioning from working to sewing at exactly the same space and really aren't moving as much as we would normally. And I do think as well, I adore sewing as a hobby. I absolutely love it, but it doesn't half give you a neck ache if you sew all day. So do please remember to keep moving as much as is possible for you and is comfortable for you. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, do let me know. I am of course available on my Instagram blog or on here, but I do also have a dedicated sewing Instagram and YouTube channel which is linked below, so if you have any questions or would like to join classes or generally have anything at all, I'm always happy to help. And otherwise I really look forward to sharing a new video with you guys next week with my full birthday outfit that I'm halfway through sewing. And it's also my birthday next week, so I'll be sharing some fun birthday presents, and my new overlocker will hopefully arrive very soon, which will be great. But yeah, there is plenty of sewing related content coming up, so I really hope you guys found this video enjoyable. It's quick and easy and hopefully is helpful. So have a great rest of your weekend, guys, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks as always for watching.